This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is Monster in My Podcast.
And these are Mephit imps.
There's a monster in my podcast.
Yeah. I want a Team Fortress based on these guys.
Yeah, this is basically what Gremlins 3 ought to be. Like back from hell. Yeah.
Yeah, Gremlins back from hell. Just these 6 personality types. Like this just seems like this reads sitcom to me, or like fun movie with these 6 dudes like hanging out, getting into trouble, like pulling pranks on each other.
They establish a pecking order. Like I can picture the TV Trips character page for these guys.
Yeah, it's the 6-man band. This troper thinks that the Ice Mephit is more of an action girl and less of a. But yeah, this it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like because you get your imps, which we talked about, and then you just throw in a little bit of elemental magic, and they get personality all of a sudden. Like it's kind of amazing.
Yeah, they're crafted out of substances, and this is kind of what I wanted elementals to be, as opposed to these implacable, affectless. Just I was about to say homunculi, but that's an actual thing. As opposed to these really dull kind of creatures, no, we have these demons from a lower plane who just kind of spread a little mayhem, so folks don't forget that the lower planes are still there. This whole thing is written with like some distinct attitude.
Yeah, very much so. So let's go through these guys.
Yeah,
let's go through their personality. They're little dudes. They're little monster goblin things.
Oh, they wear little costumes too. We need to get that generality out.
Yeah, extravagant costumes because they're arrogant little shits.
Vulgar costumes.
It's like written by somebody who's intimidated by, like they think they're so fancy. Look at Steve Mephits
walking around with his nose turned up like he's the cock of the walk.
Intern Irvin doesn't get clothes. Why does the lava imp get clothes?
That was the thing about TSR. They made you just strip bare if you were an intern.
Honestly, probably did. Like this, like boys club gaming hobby. Like there's probably some vile indoctrinations that happened.
Yeah, we're real
people just shoving D20s up their butt until they can't anymore.
You need to make sure that whatever dice you put up has a tapered base. You start with a D4 and then you work up from there. Come on.
You put dice up your butt and then push them out until you roll a natural 20, and then that's how you get fully accepted in the TSR. Yeah. Like 1970s Roberta Williams Coke days. Like
God, you're making me picture just the worst strip club.
Oh man. God, has that not, because like the idea we talked about like ping pong in the vagina as a thing, I'm sure.
Over our 6 years of creative partnership, the topic has to have been broached.
Come up.
Both of us are sure enough to have opinions about that.
Like the geek version where it's D20s, like there's kind of a market for that, and then like there's a geek burlesque show in Portland. I've never been to it, but I just because I imagine it being intolerable.
Is that the same as the Twin Peaks one, or is that?
No, that's different. Like they both, I think they both house in the same theater sometimes.
Okay.
But I just imagine the geek one being like awful. Like this is a sexy TARDIS, and this one's a sexy, here's a sexy.
She's bigger on the inside than she is on the.
Like she can fit a lot of triples, or I don't know, geeks.
Yeah.
But
a lot of triples. Oh god.
Okay, Fire Mephit. This guy. What's his deal?
Oh, they're all pranksters. I mean, they're all pranksters to a certain extent, but he's kind of a cruel prankster. He will push his lava friend into water and watch him harden into stone.
What a shithead move.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the goofier ones. These are like the mean-spirited jokesters. These are like Budnick.
Budnick across all ages. I mean, just like you found Budnick today.
Yes. Yeah. Then you got the Ice Mephits, and these are the asshole. These are the cruel torturer like Dahmer types.
Yeah, this is the Joel McHale of the group, I think.
Yeah. Then we got the Lava Mephits. Yeah, I think these are the guys that get hardened by the Fire Mephits.
Yeah, I think they're good-hearted but dull, and they're just kind of around to like they're the muscle, I think.
Yeah. They're definitely not good-hearted. They're like little shits, but. Yeah. They're also like way hotter than the Fire Mephits, where like anything that touches them gets set on fire.
Yeah,
and stuff like these guys are intense.
I don't understand this sentence, Gary. The rate of this destruction varies from 1 hour to burn through an inch of wood to 3 rounds to completely melt plate armor. That doesn't seem.
I think it's supposed to be one round. I bet you're supposed to be 1 round.
Okay,
for the first one.
All right.
Or they're backwards. It could be either or. It's either supposed to be 1 round for wood because I mean that'd actually be very fast. I think it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Except, but this is the guy, the dopey idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the Mist, and the reason why I thought of Team Fortress is because these guys remind me of like the spies.
Oh yeah, I mean
in Team Fortress, like they're aloof and
they fancy themselves as spies par excellence.
Yes.
What I love though is so all these guys have breath weapons. They may breathe a sickly green ball of mist.
Yeah.
Which I love picturing that as like a Mode 7 effect from Evo or something.
Yeah, yeah. And they're not very powerful.
Right.
These guys. Like they can see clearly in mist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like
it's a little bit like a Wonder Twins kind of thing, you know.
Very specific. Yeah. It's like if they're fighting Storm from the X-Men animated series, good. If not, nothing.
Yeah.
And then we got the Smoke Mephits.
I love the Smoke Mephit.
Yeah, Smoke Mephits are great.
Yeah, the Smoke Mephit's like the Seth Green of the group.
Yes. They sit around smoking, being invisible.
Yeah.
Smoking pipe weed and telling bad jokes about their creators, which I love. And then shirking their responsibility. What responsibilities?
This has to be a subtweet, right? This has to be a subtweet about somebody else in the office.
Yep. Like, Johnny Smoke or whatever, who just gets this thing. But again, you see like this real world scenario where you get all 6 of these Mephits that live together.
Yeah.
And then finally
writes itself.
Then you get Steam Mephit, who is like the uptight leader.
Mm-hmm.
Who is like crueler and more arrogant than all the rest of them.
Yeah.
But he fancies himself the smartest and best one.
Oh yeah, I mean, like he sets himself up for like greater falls.
Yeah. So he's like, he's the kind of Poindexter that's going to like try to keep everything going. And you just have these like 6 like wonderful personalities.
Yeah. No, this will be an amazing spinoff from Home Sweet Homunculus. I think we introduced these guys as like wacky neighbors at some point, and then like
the party house that moves in next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because these guys party. Like these guys seem like cool party pranksters and stuff. Like it is just like a college house though. Like you're 2 nerdy homunculuses, like you and I's respective homunculuses, or you and your wife in the scenarios respective homunculuses, which take after their owners,
right,
who move in, and it's like it's Meet the Neighbors. Like that movie just like that happens, except with magical constructs and familiars.
Which I like it's a bad thing.
No, I can't think of very many movies that wouldn't be improved with magical constructs and familiars instead of them. Like Philadelphia, the Steam Mephit's Tale is something I want to watch.
Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/duckfeed.tv.